Welcome to Business with Louis, the show where we explore the world of entrepreneurship and business success. Today, we're going to dive into a crucial topic that can make or break any organization: conflict resolution. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting out, understanding how to navigate conflicts is essential for building strong relationships, driving innovation, and achieving your goals. So, what is conflict resolution? Simply put, it's the process of resolving disputes or disagreements in a constructive manner. It's about finding solutions that satisfy all parties involved, rather than just winning an argument or imposing one's will. In business, conflict resolution is critical because it can affect everything from employee morale and productivity to customer satisfaction and revenue growth. To understand the importance of conflict resolution, let's take a brief look at its historical background. The concept of conflict resolution has been around for centuries, with roots in philosophy, psychology, and sociology. However, it wasn't until the 20th century that conflict resolution began to emerge as a distinct field of study, particularly in the context of labor relations and organizational behavior. Today, conflict resolution is recognized as a vital skill for business leaders, managers, and entrepreneurs. One key concept is the idea of interest-based negotiation, which involves understanding the underlying needs and interests of all parties involved in a conflict. This approach was popularized by researchers like Roger Fisher and William Ury, who argued that conflicts are often driven by unmet needs and interests rather than just positions or personalities. Another important principle is active listening, which involves paying attention to the concerns and perspectives of others, even if you disagree with them. Active listening can help to build trust, reduce tension, and create a more constructive dialogue. As the famous entrepreneur and investor Richard Branson once said, "The key is to listen to people's concerns and be responsive to their needs." Let's look at some real-world examples of conflict resolution in action. One notable case study is the story of IBM's transformation under CEO Lou Gerstner in the 1990s. When Gerstner took over, the company was facing significant internal conflicts and external challenges. However, through a combination of active listening, interest-based negotiation, and cultural transformation, IBM was able to resolve its conflicts and emerge as a more innovative and competitive organization. Another example is the partnership between Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak at Apple. Despite their differences in personality and approach, the two Steves were able to work together effectively because they shared a deep respect for each other's skills and perspectives. As Wozniak once said, "We had our disagreements, but we always managed to find common ground and move forward." So, how can you apply conflict resolution in your own business or career? Here are some practical tips. First, develop strong communication and negotiation skills. This includes being able to articulate your own needs and interests while also understanding and respecting those of others. Second, establish a culture of constructive conflict within your organization. This means encouraging open communication, feedback, and debate, while also setting clear expectations for respectful behavior and conflict resolution procedures. Third, be proactive in addressing conflicts as they arise. Don't let them simmer or boil over. Instead, address them directly and constructively, using interest-based negotiation and active listening to find solutions that satisfy all parties involved. Finally, remember that conflict resolution is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. It requires continuous effort, attention, and practice to build strong relationships and achieve your goals. Research has shown that effective conflict resolution can have a significant impact on business performance. A study by the Harvard Business Review found that companies with strong conflict resolution skills tend to outperform their peers in terms of revenue growth, customer satisfaction, and employee retention. Another study by the Journal of Applied Psychology found that employees who work in organizations with effective conflict resolution processes tend to be more motivated, engaged, and committed to their job. In conclusion, conflict resolution is a critical aspect of any successful business. By understanding its principles, developing strong communication and negotiation skills, and establishing a culture of constructive conflict, you can turn potential liabilities into opportunities for growth and development. Remember, conflicts are inevitable, but with the right approach, they can lead to creative solutions, improved relationships, and increased productivity. That's it for today's Business with Louis. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, every great business starts with action. Make your next move count.